Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Kim with another episode of Team South Florida Fishing. On today's episode we're going to be doing the Realistic Minnow. This is a really awesome jig to tie. I'm excited about doing this one. I've been getting a lot of requests to make a video on this, so we're going to do it. Go over the stuff you're going to need to tie this jig, just because there's so many different components of it, but when you get it done you're going to love it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to have an 1/8 ounce jig head. I've squeezed the eyes flat on that, just so we can put the holographic eyes on there later on. And here's the holographic eyes we're going to put on there. They're just a 3/16 silver eye. We're going to be using a white marabou feather. We're going to be using a tan and gray ice dub, and also like an olive green and a white bruiser blend. You're also going to need a couple of markers for this and some super glue for the eyes. Like I said, I squeeze them eyes, squeeze them eyes flat on there, and that'll just help the eye stick when we get down there later on. What I'm using here is a 140 denier white thread, uni thread. Get that started going down there. If you one of these marabou feathers, what you're going to want to do is just find you one that's got a nice end on it there. Pull that off, and you're going to take them fibers and just pull them back nice and even, making sure you're getting them all nice and even. And you want to lay that on the hook there. You want it to be about the size of the hook off the back side of the hook. Couple wraps and cut that butt end off of there and give it a couple more wraps. Once you got it where you like it, cinch it down. Alright, now we're going to be using the ice dubbing. We're using a gray and a tan. What I want to do with this though first is I want to take my finger and put on the jig and make a loop. So I got this loop here. Wrap it around a couple times. And now I have this loop down here that I'm going to use to put my dubbing material in. Just got a little bit of gray or a little bit of tan there. And I want to get a little bit of this gray, about the same amount here. And what you want to do with these fibers is you want to start pulling them apart, and that's going to make them stronger when you tie them in there, because if you don't, when the fish hit these things, they'll just pull all these pieces right on out of there. Pull it to where it gets tough for you to pull on them. Now you want to take that loop that you made in your thread, and you want to place that dubbing in there, half on one side, half on the other, and then spread it out evenly. You want to have about 5 to 6 inches spread there from top to bottom. Watch your marabou feathers, don't let them get caught in there. Once you have them spread out, you can take that bottom of that loop with your finger in there and start to twist. Get the marabou feathers out of there. twist that up. Once you get that nice and tight, spread out good, you can start wrapping that around the body. Now you want to take a little piece of Velcro and you want to kind of help comb them fibers out. Get them flared out there. Make sure you go all the way around, get where the hook is. Give it a couple more wraps. There's going to be the underside of your jig. Now as you're jigging, this is going to be the top part of your jig. So we're going to use the green on the top part here. Get a couple of them fibers out. We're going to do the same thing. Pull them apart till they get tough to pull apart. And then we're going to place them right on the back here. Make a little hole for your eyelid. Now you just want to put a little bit over the jig, and then you want to leave some hanging off the front there. So about a third onto the jig and about 2/3 off of the jig. And get you a couple wraps on there. Got him a nice little haircut there. Next we're going to be using the white cream, and that's going to be the underside and the belly. Same thing, get you a little clump out of there and start pulling them fibers apart till you get them nice and tight. Once you get them fibers good and tight, you're going to place them, like I said, under the bottom side, same thing. About a third onto the jig and about 2/3 out in front of the jig. And a couple of wraps there. Go ahead and pull any loose fibers at this time you have on there out. Then you want to take that green and you just want to kind of flip it over and run it down the back. Make sure you're good and even, and a couple of wraps there. Take the white and do the same thing on the bottom. Make sure you're good and even, and give it a couple of wraps. And this is where we're going to whip finish. Take your whip finisher, bring it around, do 5-6 times. Cut that tag end off. You can go back with your Velcro, kind of comb all them loose fibers out of there. And you can start seeing that thing come to life there. Alright, the next thing I want to do is I want to take the markers that I got an orange and a yellow, and what I'm going to do is right here under the bottom, I'm just going to make a little orange loop. And then I want to go under that orange and just dab a little bit of yellow and then we'll just take our finger and kind of blend those in together and fade them through there. Alright, the next thing you want to do is we want to put our eyes on there. Take a little bit of our super glue here. Same thing on the other side. No, she probably don't look like much now, just a furry mess. When we get this thing wet, we'll see the real magic happen. And there you have it, the Realistic Minnow. Once that thing's in the water and you start jigging that thing, it's just going to come to life. You got that nice color on the bottom, the eyes, that flash going through there, and it's just got a real good presentation of a minnow. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe, and as always, have a great day.